There are moments when you think math is just being mean to you. So let's take this step by step. 0 multiplied by 0 equals 0. To begin with, you had nothing and then you multiplied it by nothing, which gives you nothing. I don't think anyone will dispute or disagree with that, so let's move on. 0 can't be divided by 0. Why is that? See, if we gave a value to that, let's say 0 divided by 0 is equal to x. That would mean 0 multiplied by 1 equals x multiplied by 0, meaning x can be any number in existence because multiplying it by 0 still gives 0. And since a value can't be equal to multiple values at the same time, mathematicians say that 0 divided by 0 should be undefined. Next, we have 0 factorial equals 1. For those of you who don't know, factorial is the product of all positive integers less than or equal to a positive number. For example, the factorial of 3 is 3 times 2 times 1 equals 6. Simple enough, right? And yet, when asking someone who just learned about this what is the value of 0 factorial, the majority would say it is 0 because they think it means 0 multiplied by 0. But that's not the case because it is 1. This is due to the convention of an empty product. To put it briefly, many mathematicians like to explain factorial as in how many ways you can arrange n objects. If you had 3 pens, 1 black, 1 red and 1 blue, and had to arrange them on a table, you would have 6 different possible arrangements. And when you have 0 pens, how many different ways can the table look? There is one way to order 0 objects, the way that produces an empty table. At the same time, 0 factorial has to be 1 by default. The definition of factorial is x factorial equals x times x minus 1 factorial. This means all factorials are built using 0 factorial at the end of their calculation chain. If 0 factorial were 0, every factorial would end up being nullified, which clearly isn't right. Last but not least, we have 0 to the power of 0 equals 1. I mean, my old calculator is telling me it's undefined, so who should I trust? Some people think a number to the power of 0 always equals 1 because it is divided by itself, but then 0 can't be divided by 0. So what's going on here? Do you know about the guy who wrote a full book to prove that 1 plus 1 equals 2? Well, I'm not going to do that. Instead, let me show you something interesting. Take the number 18 for example. If we multiply it by 0 to the power of 2, it means we have 18 times 0 times 0, because exponentials are repeated multiplication. So far so good. Next, 18 multiplied by 0 to the power of 1 is 18 times 0. Following this pattern, 0 to the power of 0 would give an empty spot, but it should be something that when multiplied by 18 would give 18 still, which has to be 1. That was a simplified explanation. In some contexts, however, 0 to the power of 0 is left undefined because it can lead to problems in certain advanced mathematical situations. So yeah,